Welcome to In It to Win It. This is Steve Barton, and thank you for tuning in. We are here with Shawn Khunkhun, Dolly Varden Silver. Shawn, thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. Okay, go ahead and give us your elevator pitch and tell us about Dolly Varden.
Sure. So Dolly Varden is a unique project. As you know, silver companies are rare, pure silver companies. What sets Dolly apart from its peers is its high grade, pure silver in a safe mining jurisdiction. So we've got a large resource and a very prolific belt of rocks, an area referred to as the Golden Triangle. So we're surrounded by Eskay Creek, Premier, Brucejack. We've delivered some of the best drill results in the industry the last few years. We're well capitalized. We've got some incredible shareholders, and the company is one of 5 plus $200 million market cap advanced explorer developers that the 11 silver mining producing companies are monitoring.
Okay, all right. What is your market cap, cash, and debt right now?
No debt.
Okay.
32 million in cash, and the market cap is $317 million Canadian.
Okay, all right. So that's about $34 American.
23.
Okay, so what are you guys going to do? What's your plans with the cash?
So I've got a $20 million exploration program that we're finalizing.
You got
And so, look, this project is prospective. It's delivered some incredible discoveries. We want to leverage that treasury into unlocking the discovery potential, into de-risking the asset, which means some of the wider space drilling that we've done. We want to infill that to increase our confidence in the project. And we're looking ahead at, potential future of making a decision whether we could take it back into production. Dolly Varden's got a rich history. Dolly Varden Silver Mine was the richest silver mine in the British Empire. The Torbert Mine was Canada's 3rd largest silver producer. We've got this rich history. We're trying to determine how big that footprint is and how economic it may be.
Okay. All right. What is tell us about the team that you've built around Dolly Varden.
So starting at the board level, we've got an incredible skills and experience matrix of geological talent, like Michael Hendrickson from Newmont, previously with Newmont. You got Rob out, who not only is he a creative explorer, but he's had entrepreneurial success, making discoveries, selling those companies for the shareholders. He's also a 3rd-generation miner from the neighborhood, which helps. So we got 2 geologists. We have a lawyer chairman who's been a very successful entrepreneur, was a founder of K92, where $2 million acquisition, $2 billion company, great success story, and many others. So you've got, the legal expertise, the engineering, the geology, the capital markets, so you've got an incredible team, but it's really the people you don't see on the presentation. It's not the directors, it's not the advisors, it's not the C-suite, it's the people at the project level. It's Charlie, our camp manager, right? It's Amanda Bennett, our project manager. She's actually featured throughout the deck. We've got some great people that are, really the reason that this company's had success.
Okay. And what experience do they have that relates to your project at Dolly Varden when it comes to the geology, when it comes to everything?
So look, the rocks in the Golden Triangle are unique. What makes this the richest 20 kilometers on planet Earth makes it also elusive for the explorers. There's folding, there's faulting. So having a team that understands those nuances, that's had, years of experience, that's had success, has studied the different deposits in the area is one of our competitive advantages. So that helps with the science.
Okay. All right. So they've worked in these regions before.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And who owns your company? How much do you own? Do you have any vested partners?
So our largest shareholder is a company called Fury Gold Mines. So Fury divested a project to Dolly. There was historically, you had the Dolly Varden Silver Mine and you had Homestake Ridge. We brought them together, you partnered, and the idea was individually, they may or may not be big enough, especially when we were looking at $1,300 gold and $13 silver. Metal prices are higher, which helps, but together, make, it's something no other previous company has ever been able to do, consolidate those two inventories. So Fury, as a result, is a 15% shareholder. Then you've got Hecla, 12%, America's largest silver miner. You've got Eric Sprott at 10%. Fidelity's around 7%. You have other institutions that wrap around a 50% ownership. Management and consultants are around 4%. Retail is around 11%. So really the high concentration is with the corporate shareholders, with the institutions, and Mr. Eric Sprott.
Okay. How much do you own?
I've got exposure to about 3.5 million shares.
Okay. And what percentage is that of the company?
About 1%.
Okay. So you got a 1% stake. Eric Sprott's got
10% of a company that was trading at close to $500 million market cap in October.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So of that 317 market cap, you said 11% is available to retail, or 10%?
About that, yeah, 11%.
Okay. All right. So we have 30 million-ish available to retail.
35.
Okay. All right. And scalability. So tell us about your projects, how big they are. We don't have any proven and profitable yet. It's all indicated, correct?
So it is measured, indicated, and inferred.
Measured, indicated, and inferred.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and how big is it? What do you got so far?
So we've got in the 43101 compliant resources about 140 million ounces of silver equivalent.
Okay.
But we've done a fair bit of drilling since the last estimate, and so I think those numbers are understated.
Okay.
And in terms of how big it can be, well, outside of our property boundaries, there's been 1.2 billion ounces of silver discovered and 155 million ounces of gold. So look, when I first came into Dolly Varden, my goal, I was on a quest for 100 million ounces.
Yeah.
We're at 140. And so I really haven't put a number on the next goal. But look, if we had 200 million ounces, which, we've done a lot of drilling, we're not that far away from on a compliant resource estimate, but 200 million ounces could have us producing for 20 years at a rate of 10 million ounces a year. It's a pretty significant company, considering the grade, considering the location. Could it be bigger than that? It's a lot. It's very possible.
Yeah. I remember the last time we talked, you said, "Is this a billion-ounce deposit?" And I'm like, "I hope you do it."
Well, listen, I think on an equivalent basis, it has the potential to go there. And the reason I say that is because it wouldn't surprise me if we had 5, 6, 7, 50 million ounce silver deposits.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't surprise me if we had 2 or 3 plus million ounce gold deposits. So you start looking at that and you start doing the numbers and you go, I can see a path to a billion ounce silver equivalent year.
Yeah. Okay. Now, if we got 140 million ounce silver equivalent right now, what is gold, about what is silver? Is there anything else in there, like zinc, copper?
So it's 64 times more silver than gold.
Okay. All right.
There is lead, zinc, copper, but we don't incorporate that in those levels. Yeah, that would be in addition.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
Because really, I think investors are here because they're silver centric. So this is really silver. You've got 64 times more silver than gold.
Yeah.
It's a silver coat.
It's a silver company. Yeah.
And then if you don't factor in the base metals, because if it's not silver, it's gold. Well, precious metals, So that's the way I've sort of tried to guide our investor base.
Okay. Is the copper and zinc, is that enough to? Do you see? Yeah. Are you guys seeing recovering that, or is that just going to be waste product?
We haven't prioritized. First of all, there's different parts of the properties. Yeah. Really, sometimes when you get in a situation where you got a lot of lead and zinc, it impacts your recovers.
Yeah.
We've done some metallurgical studies. We've got the historical production records. We're seeing 87, 88% silver recoveries. That's telling me there is not a lot of lead zinc in the system. We're seeing elevated levels in some drilling in some areas. Again, the same with copper. There are targets that are copper gold targets. There are base metal targets. We just have yet to prioritize them. We are trying to focus on the low-hanging fruit, which is the silver.
Yeah.
Transitioning to silver gold, transitioning to gold.
Okay. All right. And what is your biggest unanswered question facing Dolly Varden today?
The biggest unanswered question facing Dolly Varden today is, I guess, is this project economic? Is it going back into production? And I think it's the wrong question. I think, the question should really be, how do you drive value for your shareholders? Okay. And I think we're on the part of the Lassonde curve where we're drilling, making discoveries, adding inventory. So, that's the greatest value creation.
Okay. All right. What could go wrong?
Everything.
It's my end.
So that's the challenge. What makes this industry so rewarding is because, it is so many things can go wrong. Now, how do we mitigate those risks? So, number one issue for companies is access. Community wants this. Yeah. So that's binary. We're welcomed by the Nisga'a Nation. We've got governments that have come in and out in BC, left and right, and mining continues. So that's the number one risk for any mining company. Metallurgy is another binary issue. We've answered those questions and are answering more along those lines. But, the risks are long. The reality is when you have grade and you've got certainty and you've got good metallurgy and you've already got an endowment, you're starting to de-risk your asset. And that's why this Advanced Explorer has a $300 million valuation. It's why we've attracted the investors I mentioned. And as we continue to de-risk the project, this is an industry where the companies that are real, they go into the billions and then the tens of billions of valuation. And the companies that aren't stay nano cows.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. You have any closing thoughts? Anything you'd like to leave our viewers with?
Buy silver. It's say it with all seriousness. We're walking into a silver squeeze, and investors have heard that for a long time. But the reality is, we've also seen the price double.
Yeah.
And so we're in a bull market. We're in a bull market for gold. We're in a bull market for the best in class gold equities. And if you study previous bull markets, what's next? Smaller gold coast, and then silver.
Yeah.
And the silver coast. Why not get ahead of that?
Yeah. Yeah. Place your bets now. Right on. Awesome. Right on. Well, if viewers want to get a hold of you and follow Dolly Varden, how can they do so?
So we're go to our website, dollyvardensilver.com, and we're active on Twitter. We've got a toll-free number if you want to call us, 800-321-8564. You can email us, but I know we're very accessible to people who want to talk to us about companies.
Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the correct answer. He even gave you the phone number of how to get a hold of him. So, Shawn, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Phone rings in my office.
Okay, perfect. And thank you for tuning in. Be sure to support the show and share this with anyone that you think needs to hear it. It's probably your buddy that can't stop talking about tech stocks. You have yourself a great rest of the day, and we will talk to you next time.